So what do we do at Vanta Trading? What do we offer? And you know, why would we have a paywall? So um, one of the first things is that at Vanta Trading we're not a call out room. So we do share screen uh, on Discord every day. Something like this would be streaming with myself and Mr. Banks and a handful of other traders. Mainly myself and Banks will be giving commentary along with a couple of other great traders that contribute. But we also spend a little bit of time doing morning planning. A lot of our morning plans are built around the way that I view the TPO chart and how I monitor balance areas and value areas and how the market progresses with them. So some of the nuance of that is days that have overlapping value versus days that don't. Some of that is how to contextualize the auction from a daily standpoint, as well as we have some cool tools or really just some cool charts that will help contextualize the auction intraday. One of the charts that I lean on heavily um, is um, is this chart right here, which probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you if you're just looking at it, but it's a way to organize intraday auction and a way to keep up with what we call micro balance areas and micro islands or tiki bars is one of the things that you'll hear a lot if you're in the Discord. And there's a video in the Discord where we talk about that chart. There's a chart book sharing place, so we try to take everything that I'm doing or everything that Banks is doing and make that fully available to people in the room. Not only the tools that we use, but the method behind our larger picture planning. We don't just do the planning, we do the planning live and talk through it, as well as we offer for the most part, our chart books, especially the ones tied to planning, ones tied to execution. And the goal is not that everyone would tune in every day at 9 or 9:10 when we start the live stream and they would get a plan from me or a plan from Banks and then they would just do whatever we outlined. The goal is that we would be the kind of room that models for people how to approach the market in a consistent fashion. So Banks and we look at the same things the same way every day, and that creates an opportunity to build in a measure of consistency. And that's one of the things that we want for our traders and for our room. Our traders know when I'm having a great day. They know when I'm being cautious or when I am not having a great day. But the point is not that every time I or Banks or another one of the traders in our room says, "Oh, I'm short right here. This is my stop," and a little context around why I'm short. Um, that's fine. We do that, and whatever. But the goal isn't to be a call out room. The goal is that we would help traders develop their own process. My process is developed over the years. If you are curious about my backdrop or some of the things I lean on, I've been on the Two Bulls in a China shop podcast a couple times with Kyle, doing just a discussion about my past and where I come from and my trading journey thus far, as well as another episode where I discuss Delta and the implications of it. And those videos or those can be found on Two Bulls website or Spotify. Probably link them in the description as well. So we don't want to be a call out room. We don't want to post flashy gains. A lot of times I lean away from posting a P&L or talking about position size because the point is not how many contracts am I trading. The point is to help traders get from where they are to where they want to be, to help to kind of move them across that gap. because that gap is where frustration and disappointment comes from. So we want to, whether it's the way that I look at TPO and value, the way that banks looks at liquidity, the way that um, I look at Delta, the way that banks looks at a rebid or a reoffer spot. However, whatever we're doing is not meant to show off or be flashy or whatever. It's meant to be out there for people to take whatever piece of my process makes really good sense to them and begin to learn how to incorporate that into their own process. We do about a bi-weekly town hall where we have an open forum discussion. We usually do those in the evening, off market hours, and that creates an opportunity for traders to ask questions, for us to explore. A lot of times, if banks or myself has something that we are currently developing, a new tool, a new resource, a new chart. It gives us a chance to put that out there for everybody, let them ask questions, kick it around. Sometimes in those town halls, they're very interactive. Sometimes in those town halls, it's Banks and I just talking through what we're seeing in the market. I mean, it just depends on the week that we do it and what's going on. But that's another thing that we do is we create an opportunity for engagement interaction. Another thing we do in the room is we make ourselves available. So Banks and myself will reach out periodically to the all the traders in the room, and we want to check on them and see how they're doing. We want to see if they're doing well, if they're struggling, if they're not struggling, if there's anything that we could help them with, and then we'll set up meetings with them if they want to do a screen share or video call or whatever, and talk through where they are in their trading. We have traders that are just on the edge of becoming consistent, newer to the room. Maybe they have less time to be around, so they can only pick up pieces here and there. And we're trying to help those guys and gals out. We have people that are successful, having their best trading years ever, and we want to help keep them, keep them from making some of the same mistakes that Banks and myself have made through the years, where probably everybody's experienced having like a really great month and then trying to follow that up, and that can be difficult. And so what kind of safeguards or fail safes can we have we learned that we could help share with those guys that are finding success to make sure that that's a consistent experience? So we try to put ourselves out there and be there for them. Lastly, in Vanta Discord, we have tons of videos, tons of educational videos and content. I couldn't tell you how many. I think it's around 30 videos. I know that it is in the hours of content for sure, multiple hours of content on TPO, on Delta, on inventory in the marketplace, trade reviews, weekly plans that I've done in the past, how I organize weekly plans, how I learn from a red day. Why was I looking to be long on a given day? Why was Banks looking to be long on a given day? This, open recordings from the opening range sequence, mental guides, like discussions on the mental side of trading. All of our town halls are recorded that we do. Morning prep examples. So for people that are new, they can go watch those and get an idea of what we're doing. I mean, there's just tons of different stuff that we have available, and then we also take requests. So if we have people in the room who have questions about, sorry if you hear my puppy barking in the background. Um, we also take requests in the room. So if there's something that we've talked about or something that's happening in the room that people have questions about or want to learn about, then we want to be there to answer them. So if it's something we think would apply broader, then we'll do a video on it. So if someone's like, "Hey, I've noticed you using TPO in this way. Could you talk more about this aspect of it?" Then we'll do a video on that, share it to the room. So on our YouTube channel, you see 3 or 4 videos. We don't put all of them out there. Most of our videos are kept for our Discord room. We also offer a, a free trial for 7 days if anybody is interested in checking that out and getting a feel for what we're doing. And then through Two Bulls in a China shop, there's also a discount that we have exclusively with them, so you can check them out, check their Discord out, find links to that, save you some money if you do decide to join up and be a part of it. Why charge for a room is a question. Well, I can assure you that Banks and I are not, you know, we're not stacking cash off of running our room, but it is nice to know that when we spend hours in the evening creating a video or hours outside of markets talking with clients, people in the room, that there is some measure of compensation coming back to us for the time that we're spending. I think it's a very fair value, and I think it's appropriate. But what we aren't is we're not a call out room. We're not flashing stacks of cash and Lambos. We are not posting, massive gains today, blah, blah, blah. Like, you just won't see that stuff from us. I think it's a little bit distasteful. Um, I've talked with marketing people, and that's one of the things that we're like advised to do. Like, you should post, P&L, big P&L pictures and blah blah blah. But like, oh man, that's just not me. Like, um, it's obvious to our room how my trading goes because I'm calling it out live while I'm trading, and and the plans and everything kind of put me on the hook every day. Like, this is what I think is likely, and here's where I want to interact. And like, there's no way to get around that once it's said in the room, and once it's recorded, and once it's put out there, once people hear it. I mean, there's no way to hide, anyways. So I think the only thing that P&L and all of that can do is actually discourage people. Somebody's trading 5 lots or 3 lots on micros, and someone else is trading, 6 or 8 or 10 lots in minis. The discrepancy in the P&L can be discouraging, and that person trading lots might be more efficient and might be well on their way to consistency. And seeing someone else's size and what they're trading could be a discouraging factor. And so, like, we're not trying to build that kind of environment. So hopefully this answers some of the things. I see a lot of stuff on Twitter, and it's like, oh man, not everyone is like that. Um, and so I just wanted to do a video, talk to you for 10, 15 minutes about what we're doing at Vanta, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. And and just to say that, like, not everyone who has a room is the same. Um, and that's the beauty of the marketplace. Some people like all of that stuff, and if they do, they should be they're free to go find a room or a group of people who like that flashy kind of vibe. And then for people who not so much, that doesn't really work for them, then there's other options. And the market, the open marketplace, just like the market that we trade, provides opportunities for everybody. And yeah, then they can find what they want, engage what they want, interact with who they want, how they want. And so hopefully, if this stuff sits well with you, what I've said, and you think, oh, that's the kind of place I might like to check out, come by and check it out, dude. 7 days, free trial. Talk to us. We try to friend everybody that joins, even if they don't stay. We've had people come be a part of the room for a little while and leave. We still check up on them, see how they're doing, see if they need anything. Um, we truly want to see traders be successful. My goal with Vanta is that we would have a team of whatever size traders, but that they would all be finding a measure of success and achieving the goals that they have. And everybody's goals are different, and we want to try to be a part of helping them get there. So hope you have a good rest of your day whenever you're listening to this, and maybe we'll see you in the Discord. Thanks.